What's up guys, I want to talk about the fight between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, August 29th, Sunday in Cleveland. It's going to be lit, it's going to be entertaining. Just can't wait to see what happens. So let's break it down a bit, and I'll talk about my prediction later. So we got Tyron Woodley, UFC champ. He's 40 years old, of course. We got Jake Paul, undefeated. Only had 3 professional fights though, and of course his last fight with Ben Askren here. Now of course Ben Askren is known as a wrestler, but we all know he can take a hit. Ben Askren got knocked down and he was wobbly after that shot. So we know Jake Paul has power. Tyron Woodley has been training in boxing for a long time, but he's also been mixing in grappling and jiu-jitsu, wrestling, so he hasn't been concentrating just on boxing. So this is his first boxing match. He also has to get used to the 10-ounce gloves, which is a lot different to the MMA 4-ounce gloves. We don't know if he's going to have power in those 10-ounce gloves. Obviously it will be affected, but yeah, it'll be an interesting fight. Now Jake Paul is the favorite for this fight on all betting sites, so Jake is a -185 favorite, with T Wood being a +155. So I can see why he is a favorite though. He's the bigger guy, the younger guy. Jake is only 24. He's won his last 3 fights, so he's never had a loss. He's super confident and he's got a good team around him. Like, you have to give him credit. Like, he took on this challenge to fight Tyron Woodley. He's a legitimate striker. So this is going to be a true test for him. Definitely his hardest challenge yet. But to be honest, I think Jake will win this. Just because height advantage, he's got the reach advantage. He's been training for the last 3.5 years just purely on boxing, which makes a big difference. MMA is so different to boxing. Everything's different. The stance, the guard. Like, if I saw a few sparring sessions of Tyron, you could see his guard was a bit further out and not as tight. He needs to make sure he has enough head movement. His head movement looks a bit stiff. So we'll see what happens. He might surprise me, but I think Jake is going to win this just because he's got the more experience. Yes, he hasn't been training as long as Tyron, but he's been only concentrating on boxing. And a lot of boxing experts and MMA experts have also said that he'll probably win this. Jake has also been sparring against MMA pros and boxers non-stop and had back-to-back fights. All these 3 fights are back-to-back. He's more active in boxing. So I feel Tyron has more pressure though, because he's a UFC champ. And if he loses to a YouTuber, it looks bad. Also, the whole MMA community is supporting him on his back. So if he does lose, I feel he's got more to lose. Whereas Jake, he's hungry, he's got nothing to lose, he's still young, he's never lost, and he's coming in super confident. You can see Jake has already sort of got into his head, and you can see Tyron's not really confident. For example, when Jake Paul made the bet that you have to get a tattoo if you lose, the I Love Jake Paul tattoo, and if Jake Paul loses, he needs to get the I Love Tyron tattoo on him. Like, you could see that Tyron wasn't confident in even taking on the bet, but he did shake on it afterwards. He was asking the crowd, oh, should I take the bet or not? If he's confident in his abilities in boxing, he should just either ignore it completely, or he should just say, yeah, for sure, I got this. Also in the press conference today, I feel Tyron got really pissed off, which may affect him mentally because his mum got involved. So if you didn't see, go watch the videos. But basically what happened is someone on Jake Paul's team had a bit of an argument with the mum, Tyron's mum. So that's my prediction. I feel Jake Paul's going to win this one, just because it's boxing and it's different to MMA. Tyron's lost his last 4 fights. He might not be in the right mindset. Let's see what happens. It's going to be exciting, entertaining fight. I'm going to talk about it after the fight is over. So keep an eye out on my channel, and I'm gonna like, comment, subscribe. Peace.